Yeah, but mine's way the heck over there across the table.
With people breathing in the mics. Welcome to the Pyro Club.
It's hot.
It's pretty hot when we breathe on our mics.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's
You're
true.
right.
No, my
You're
mic's
right.
Heavy breathing ensues.
As I pull up my blanket, it's hot.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. It's hot. Blanket.
Well, I don't count.
We know.
Other than she put on a fan with the AC on.
And then I put a blanket on.
All right. So, our intrepid adventurers have arrived in Bremwick. And then what happened? Who's my victim for this week?
Your victim to be.
I say that's up to you.
Well, we got Victor last week. I'm looking at the person who has muted themselves.
No, it's because I'm sneezing. I sneeze. No, I honestly cannot remember anything. I'm completely blank.
Which means that you definitely need to do it then.
I go, for like a minute.
Let's get Joe this time.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna remember his parts.
No, that's not true. That's very unfair. Let me get my liar's dice, actually.
Yep.
No, so we spent the night at the Pearl and Swine, I think it's called. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Went out we split up, did a whole bunch of errands. I ended up getting an appointment Minchino's got an appointment to potentially sell the tank, our apparatus of Qualish, to a magic store, or have an artificer do the repairs. Unfortunately, the owner of the shop wasn't there, so we had to come back later, which we did with Rosie and Nithis. We also we did in fact sell the apparatus for a decent amount of money that Kaleb does not know about.
Yes.
And picked up a couple of assorted things, including a bag of holding, and Minchino's got a new staff for himself. Meanwhile, Kaleb went clubbing with one of the guys and with one of our NPCs. Ran into Aziz, the ancient whatever he is. He's some sort of sage, magician, scholar type guy who, long before we started streaming, we went into his hoarder level residence and almost burned that down, which is something we do a lot of. However, Kaleb was too much of a coward to go say hi, so they ran away, including I can't remember his name, the guy that was traveling with us.
Ooh.
With
Carver?
Kaleb.
Can you remember?
Carver. Thank you. Who had scratches on his face and an incredibly keen sense of smell, which led the other players to become suspicious and look outside to see what was going on at night with the moon. And when we left, our buddy Finithil, who is a doppelganger friend of ours, who is also a badass with katanas and a spy, met up with Navik, and they are potentially going to go rescue the Kaleb's hammer from our boat, currently under quarantine. And I was thinking of going and sinking the boat to try and get the hammer, but we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I believe when we left, it was Rosie, myself, and Ithis at the magic shop, Navik and Finithil leaving the pub to go to the waterfront, and Kaleb and Carver trying to find some place like a Denny's or something to try and get some hangover food.
Yep.
We got one key point.
What?
I made a pact with the Emerald Enclave to
Oh, that's right. That's right.
clear our ship from the Eyes of Tyr, and that's going to interfere with Navik and Finithel.
Yeah. Emerald Syndicate.
Oh, sorry. I did.
The Emerald City is
ask if it
different.
was Enclave, and you said yes.
Did I? Okay. I may have confused the Forgotten Realms faction.
And that's why we have unique names. So I think that was it.
I think that's it.
Also, I sold it for 30,000 gold.
Minor
Where's my dice?
lie.
Where's my... God, that's
Roll
still
the
pretty...
dice.
On the scale of Minchinos, that is pretty damn minor.
Instead of platinum, you got diamonds.
Ooh, so it's not as lightweight.
It didn't matter anyway.
So yeah, 14,500 gold pieces in value in platinum. Got yourself a bag of holding and a staff of the War Mage.
Mhm.
Ithis got some studded leather armor. And I think we should probably zoom in on this session start with I think Minchinos, Rosie, and Ithis sort of coming back from the Brass Drake, jingling.
No, the bag of holding does not
Oh
change.
yeah, I guess you've got all the money in the bag now. That's good. It is a substantial amount of platinum. 25 pounds of platinum.
It's a lot of platinum.
It's 14 pounds of platinum.
And as you are coming down the civic ring towards the Pearl and Swine, I will get the three of you to make me perception checks to see if you can spot Finithel and Navik just rounding the corner out of sight.
I mean, if it's Navik, we should probably have advantage. But, perception. Wow, I had good perception rolls.
Wow.
He's right there.
Yep.
See,
Is that Navik,
Uh,
like right there, clearly walking
yeah.
down the street?
I believe that is also Finithel based on the two swords across his back.
I think it is, even though I have no idea who that is.
Oh, Finithel is in the guise of Tilly again.
I
Oh,
thought,
okay.
no,
He was in his
He-
hooded
Yeah, he
sword
just
because he
stayed,
like slapped the swords on his back.
Yeah, as soon as he leaves the bar, though, it's Tilly again.
Okay,
I asked him if he was
Although-
going to change. He
although
said no. he'll
Tilly
stay
with
like-
swords.
let's go to the video replay.
And in slow
it's-
motion.
All right, Tilly with swords, fantastic.
Uh-huh.
They're kind of like under her blouse. It's like two like handles sticking up at the back.
Picturing Deadpool in a weird way.
Yeah,
No, just say to Rosie, who's the weird chick with the weird back problem?
I don't know, but she's pretty cool.
Yeah, probably. Let's go see.
Okay.
So you go right by the Pearl and Swine and catch up with Navik?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Navik, you hear footsteps approaching you from behind.
Doot, doot, doot.
I guess I'll look to see who it is.
Surprise!
Hi!
Pretty sure Rosie wouldn't have been quiet.
No, I've been like, Navik! Hi, Navik! Hi, Navik!
Shh.
I
And
know
you could have heard my eyes rolling from 100 feet away.
Oh,
too.
yeah, like,
Ugh.
We're gonna go get the hammer now.
it's hammer time!
Yeah, so we were thinking maybe we could sneak on board or sink the ship. Maybe cause a distraction. Who's your friend?
Oh, hello, I'm Tilly.
Hi, Tilly.
Hi, Tilly. Those.
It's Finithel.
Oh! Cool stage whisper, Navik.
Ixnay on the NFL page.
I mean, I'm not even a whisper. I'm just like, who?
Just somebody we know. It's somebody we know. It's all cool. Trust me.
Don't worry.
She's one of the patrons at the Pearl and Swine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what we call her.
Yeah.
A patron.
Uh,
All right, so what
Sure.
do we have to do? What are you guys gonna do?
Well, I have my ring of invisibility. I can just help with that.
Okay.
I'm quite sneaky, so I'll probably do that.
Okay.
she's a halfling too, right?
She's a half elf.
Or half elf.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
I'm
something.
like, I was like, she's still way taller than me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Finnival can't shrink down that far when.
no, that'd be impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a very dense halfling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can probably help out a little bit. I've learned a couple of tricks that our old friend does something similar, so I can change my appearance.
All right. So you guys are heading to the docks.
Yep.
Current time around 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
The lamplighters are sort of going through the streets and like extinguishing certain areas now, and you make your way down to the docks. There's still some activity down there. Some fishermen getting like a night catch. There's some crates being moved around, but mostly it's quiet.
Almost too quiet.
Almost too quiet. As you peer out over the docks where the ship is moored, you can see the ship, just sort of a silhouette under the moonlight. But actually, what is everyone's dark vision?
I have my goggles.
I think Rosie's is non-existent.
Yeah, I don't think I have dark vision.
No, halflings do not.
I do not.
And I've got, I think it's 60. I don't remember if it got boosted or not, but I think it's just
Yeah,
60.
and I don't have. I should really look investing in some of those goggles.
Yeah.
But I don't have a lot of cash.
No, you do not.
Does Navik still have goggles?
I should. I never got rid of them.
You had the shitty broken ones, though,
Oh,
right?
he
Nope.
got him from.
No.
I traded
was
the shitty broken ones to Garrett for the non-shitty ones.
Ah,
Before he left, I was like, "Can I have those?"
got it. Remind me to update your inventory then.
Yes, that would be helpful.
I thought you didn't have those anymore. But anyway, those give you 60 feet?
Sure.
Yes, if I remember correctly.
Okay. And Minchinos has a little more than that, I think.
Yeah, I thought we boosted it a little bit for some reason, but I'll go with 60.
I think tieflings get a little bit extra anyway.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Anyway,
Your world.
I'll hold on to Minchinos' robe or something.
Ugh, stop
I
pulling.
say
That's
hold
my,
my hand, but I can't
that's my
see him
tail.
like guiding
That
me.
is my tail. Let go of my tail, please. Thank you.
Sorry.
so how
Right.
close do you guys want to get to the ship?
Well, how is it? Are there torches? Is there any light along this area?
Very
Lanterns?
little light. There's the occasional sort of lantern light you can see on ships sort of at the docks and along the main sort of walkways. But
Yep.
out on the docks, it's pretty dark.
What kind of lights are along the walkways?
Just like little oil lamps.
Okay. Let's start I want to at least start heading that way to take a look to see if I
Sure.
can see what the deal is on the. I'm not going to walk onto the dock itself, but
Mhm.
along the walkway.
All right.
And
Let me.
before I do,
Sure.
I will. Let me find my sheet. I will cast Alter Self and look like basically a dock worker, a longshoreman type.
So Alter Self does physical changes, but not clothing.
It does.
Like you can like change physical
Yeah.
features and stuff like that.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
What disguise self?
I don't have
The
that.
disguise self would do that.
That's fine. Actually, I don't even mind that as long as it's not me. So I'll look more like a clerical type person.
Only you had a robe of useful items.
Robe of useful items doesn't really help in this
I
situation.
mean, it could give you.
A useful item.
Like a healing potion or some rope.
Yeah, like,
Can't it give you like a disguise kit? Maybe?
nope.
No, it has a finite amount. Like it
There's
is
a
known.
list.
Yeah, there's a list of things. You rip patches off of it, basically.
Yeah.
I think so. You're
I
altering
can give
self.
you
Are
an
you trying to
iron
make
door.
yourself look like not a tiefling, or
Yes, not a tiefling, a human.
Okay, sure.
You know, and acting like I'm supposed to be here, but at least I'm not drawing as much attention by being a tiefling with glowing golden eyes.
So
Yeah.
we'll
Are you-
let you go ahead and we'll stay back.
Okay. In that case, let me move you over here.
Hey, look at that. A map.
Uno's map.
Looks familiar.
Those are familiar.
Unos. I will put you anywhere. You can tell me where you are. I assume you probably want to be like up on the.
I'd be more like up here. Yeah.
All right. So you can kind of approach and make a perception check for me.
Sure. This is the one I'll screw up. Watch.
That brought to you by Nova Room.
Yeah, look at that.
All right.
So close.
It was.
Ahead of you, you can see one of the heavily clad, armored tier inquisitors sort of at the front of the docks. There's like a big hound dog kind of sniffing around at their ankles, and there's a dock worker who is sort of trying to they're trying to plead their case, but it doesn't sound. It sounds like there's a language barrier. The tier Aegis is speaking common, and the dock worker is speaking what sounds like Elvish.
Which I don't think I know, do I? Wait. I do know Elvish, whatever.
So the dock worker is sort of like pointing at the boat next to the one where yours is moored,
Mm-hmm.
the other large one, and saying, "I need to get on the ship. You don't understand. I've got medication on there. Have to go." And the guard is just like, "Okay, just get on out of here. Come on, not until tomorrow. This is off limits."
Okay. Around me, the various lights and the lanterns and things. I'm going to assume the little glowing areas on the map.
Yeah.
Let's see. How far? So probably about every, we'll say 50 feet or so, there's a lantern.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to start to go back to the group and let them know what the layout is. I only saw the guy with the hound, right? I don't see anybody. I can't see far enough to see everybody else.
So you see anyone who is visible on the map. So the guy sort of sitting over here on the crates. There's a couple of other dogs just sort of sniffing around, laying down.
Okay.
Yeah. And other people sort of going about their business on the other docks.
Yep. Okay, so I'll go back to the others and basically give them the lay of the land. There's one of the guys like the one I set on fire with a dog guarding the front. There's an elf type that wants to get into her boat on the other side of our dock, but they're not letting her. I'm thinking, though, as a diversion, if I start a small fire, which might give you enough time to sneak, if I can pull them away, give you time to sneak onto the boat. The dogs, though, are going to be a problem because they'll probably smell you. I can smell you, so they can smell you.
Yes.
That's why I'm thinking if we can get a minor crisis going, there's a lot of confusion going on.
I guess.
I don't know. Because otherwise he's not even letting that person on to get their medicine. Although I don't even think he actually knows what she's saying, so.
Sure.
Any ideas, Finithel? That's...
Well,
Sorry, Telly.
yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Sorry.
Screw it. And he kind
It's
of
really good.
transfers.
It's really
like
good to
suddenly,
see.
Like there's like this weird transition where like, and Rosie, this is the first time you've likely seen a doppelganger.
Yeah.
There's like
Alright,
this.
I'm going to cover her mouth before she screams out.
Yeah, so the person gains like a foot in height suddenly. Their skin is briefly like this sort of bluish pockmarked mess. Sort of their extremities are just a little too long, and these like beady golden glowing eyes. And then suddenly it's a dark elf with like wispy straight white hair and like a leather hood. And they say, Finithel, nice to meet you.
I'm like, with both hands, like, you are the coolest person I've ever met.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
It is good to see you again, though. It's good to see you.
Yeah, you too, Minchinos. I like her.
She's okay. She becomes an acquired taste after a while.
He nods to Ithis, and he's like, Ithis, stoic as ever.
And you caught him on a happy day.
Yeah, he just got new duds. He's all happy.
So I think, well, the goal is to retrieve the hammer, get out with as little commotion as possible, or as much.
I think little is probably best. It's probably also better than me swimming under the water and sinking the boat.
Well, is it your boat?
Yes. Well, technically
well-
Caleb's, and mine, but you know,
Well, I mean, a boat is difficult to replace.
fair.
I imagine that was quite an investment.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
And besides, that is not as much of a concern for me anymore.
You still owe me.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're not here.
Yeah. This is the voice of Caleb.
Oh,
Finithel
certainly not
says-
Michino's conscience.
Yeah, fair enough.
He goes, I could probably sneak on under normal circumstances, but dogs are a little trickier.
Yeah.
But perhaps we could swim up from underneath the boat.
I mean, I can. How's your swimming?
Oh, terrible.
Fantastic. That's an
I
awful
can
idea.
drag you. Well, how
I've
much-
seen you drown. Hold on. I have seen you literally drown.
I was only trying to at that time.
And it was hard.
It was very hard.
It was difficult to drown Navic.
It's fair. Fair.
Yeah.
How much can Ithis carry? And fly?
I think up to normal encumbrance. So that would be 61 pounds. He's currently holding 55. So he's got
So not you.
6 pounds of wiggle room.
He can only carry 61 pounds before he gets encumbered?
Rosie's at 41.
Not all of us are freaking Goliaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everyone
Well,
has a powerful build, okay?
As much as I would love to be able to carry 147 javelins,
It was only 25. I was going to say Ithis could carry Finithil, but that's not going to work.
By the way, Victor, if you're talking, I haven't heard you.
I can sort of hear his voice, so yeah.
Okay.
Hello? Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
There we
Yay.
go.
All right. Sorry, I have been talking this whole.
Sorry if I've talked over you then. Yeah, I referenced you twice
Okay.
and I didn't hear anything, so I started to
No,
get concerned.
we didn't hear anything.
And
either.
all good and hot.
Okay.
So yeah,
I can swim with Finithil if he needs to.
all right. Well, I guess that's okay. Do you want me to
I only
sneak on?
have my...
I don't know where the hammer is.
Navik and I do, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what if instead of all of us swimming, you guys swim because you can be invisible and you have your own talents, and Rosie and I stay up here and maybe try and maintain people's attention.
Ooh, we'll be lookouts.
Direction.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, if things start to go bad, we can throw a distract.
look, guys,
Um,
bagpipes.
That's the worst. That's the most awful distraction, and it's perfect.
At midnight on the docks.
yeah, here's bagpipes.
Navik,
Daddy
can you
boy.
make me a perception check? Are you guys back from the docks now, or are you?
Yeah, we were. They didn't follow me.
Okay,
They were
so
off.
the other ones aren't near the docks now.
Correct.
Okay, never mind about the perception check.
Okay.
All right. So the plan is to have Navik swim Finithil under the boat and climb up the back.
Yeah, were there any ropes on the side, or...
Oh, probably. Yeah.
There's the riggings and things.
Yeah.
And whatever's
also-
left of the rope that the traps were on that got sunk.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Also, the boat is slightly different than what is sort of depicted here. This is more like a traditional sort of sailing or keel boat or something like that.
Mhm.
You guys were traveling on a barge. Well, so it still has a hold beneath it, but for the most part, there's just sort of low walls that are maybe a couple meters above the water.
Okay. All right then. Yeah, we can go off further to the left,
Okay.
away from the dock workers, and swim that way.
Okay. Finithil says, now, is your intention to, I guess what I'm trying to say is, will we be going under the water?
Maybe sometimes.
Oh, okay. So how long can you hold your breath?
About a week and a half.
Pretty long.
Okay. Well, I've timed myself, and it's about 2 minutes. As long as we don't go longer than that, I think I won't drown.
All right,
I'm
sounds
sure
good.
you'll be fine.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
He kind of leans over to Minchino. She's like, "Can he count to 2 minutes?"
No, he certainly cannot.
Very
Okay.
good.
Work out like a touch system with him, like
Okay. Navik, when you feel me scratching at your back in desperation, I'm dying.
Okay.
That means surface. Okay. I think we can do this. I feel confident. I'm very excited. It's been a long time.
So for DM question, from where I was actually still am on the map.
Yeah.
I can see pretty much most of the boat, right? If I'm looking directly at it.
You can see the whole boat, but discerning details beyond your dark vision, which is
That's at its limit up there, I think.
okay. Got it. Yeah, but certainly you can see further than that.
Yeah.
It's just the details that get lost.
But would I be able to see anybody? Can I see anybody even just moving around, any shapes or anything, or just
Currently
is it
on
too
the
dark?
boat.
More
if
do
you've
I
got that.
think I could? Do I think I could see people moving around?
If they were walking across the deck, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you would probably see them sort of silhouetted against the sky. It's a clear night.
Okay. So while they're doing that, maybe Rosie and I can walk around and keep an eye out, and if a distraction is needed, we can have a distraction.
I can always make one.
I have all the faith in the world in you, Rosie.
I have a question about my ring of invisibility.
Yes.
If I'm carrying Finithil, does he go invisible with me?
He does not.
Damn.
Even if you
Building
stick them
on
in
the
your backpack?
If he is going to be a permanent piece of equipment and not an individual person.
Introduce him to Boo!
Yeah.
Can you do this?
Can you become a belt?
I was going to
It could
say,
probably be
it's
a
like
cape.
it's like a
Changelings
200-pound.
Quite
Like-
like a mimic.
Be a 200-pound belt, but still, I think it's still fine for Navik's encumbrance.
Just like a
It could be a
cloak,
cape.
a really heavy cloak.
A
Yeah,
hat,
pretty
a
much.
pterodactyl.
All right. Well, let's get swimming.
All right. Finithil takes off his
Just keep
cloak and
swimming.
hands it to Minchinos. He's like, "Hey,
Swimming.
could you hold this?
I
for
got
me?"
it. You'll be fine. I'll put it in the bag.
He rubs his hands together. He's like, "All right, Navik, whew, let's go."
All right. As we go towards the water, I'm going to make sure there's no one looking at us.
Okay. Do me a perception check, and actually, you can take advantage because Finithil's with you.
Oh, good thing.
Yes. Yes.
Currently, and you're approaching the docks, right?
Going to the left.
Yeah.
Then off
So
to the
trying
side.
to find a
then-
spot where there's nobody sort of milling about. And okay, do you want to make me again with advantage take a stealth check?
Ooh, okay then.
Always have faith in
Um,
Trapper John. Come on.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Who am I kidding?
with Finithil's guidance and a surprising amount of personal skill, you manage to sort of creep down to a couple of dinghies, basically, where there's nobody gathered, and it looks like you could potentially slip down into the water unseen.
Okay.
Finithil's just like, it's quite fishy down here.
All the jokes I could make, but I won't.
It's like, all right, well, here we go. And he puts his arms around your shoulders, trying not to strangle you.
like that's
um,
possible.
And
I was gonna say.
yeah, he's like,
Probably into it.
he's like, okay, before you go down, just give me a count of 3 so I can take a big breath.
All right. I'll use my ring of invisibility.
Okay. He goes, oh, this is very weird.
Yeah.
3. Down.
Yeah.
Typical Navic counting.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
All right. So, Navik, you are swimming
Using
underneath
the ring of invisibility was the countdown.
swimming underneath the murky water that is the sort of cargo and shipping area of the Brimwick docks.
Just to be clear, Navik, I don't think a surprise gasp is a deep breath in for future reference.
He's underwater. He can't hear you.
Oh well.
Back at the gore-covered club, there is the all-orc outfit banging away on their drum and bass performance.
The Green Man Group. Yep.
Yep, the Green Man Group.
Mhm.
And Carver is on his fourth beer, and he's got like ale foam like in his like uniquely manicured beard, and he's just like, Caleb, it's nice to be back in a city. I'm not much of a sailor,
I mean, I guess not.
You're easy to talk to.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, I see
I
how it is.
mean,
So what do you think about? I know typically the ruckus around here probably gets started around midnight.
Oh,
I think we're a ways off from that. Maybe we can kick it off a little early. What do you think there, Caleb?
sure. Why not?
Love it. You're the easiest paladin I've ever had to please. Excuse me.
And how
I
many
I have
you
questions.
had to
I have
please?
questions.
So many questions.
He's like, all right. You see the guy over there? The one with the stupid bald head?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I will give you 5 silver. I don't have 5 silver. I will give you 5 copper if you walk over there and steal his beer.
All you have
You-
is 5 copper, really?
Well, I lost a lot of it in. Never mind.
Tell you
Kinda,
what,
like
tell
hangs
you
his
what.
head a little bit.
I will steal the beer if you tell me about your scars.
What scar?
The ones on your neck.
Oh,
Rash, the
these ones. Yeah.
whatever you're scratching at.
I got in a fight with a wild beast a couple times. Still aches every now and then.
Oh, okay. What kind of wild beasts? I'm curious.
Big ones, forest dwelling beasts.
Huh. It?
Why, you never fought a beast before? I'm sure you got scars.
I'm like, yeah, I fought beasts, but I know what those beasts are.
Well, if you must know, it was a bear.
Bear, eh?
Yeah. Big one. Almost got me. It almost got me. But, well, I am Carver Grenning.
Fair enough. Guess I'll then hop off my little large stool, whatever it is.
Yeah.
He
He immediately goes to the bartender. He's like, another round.
with all the money that he doesn't have, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go to where this person is.
Mm-hmm. You see this sort of greasy-headed human with like a monocle, but you can tell it's not actually for anything but looking distinguished, except his clothing doesn't match the sophistication that a monocle might bring.
Yeah.
And he is speaking in what you would take to be a insulting attempt at Dwarven.
To me.
No, just to his friends.
Oh, okay. And his friends are...
They're just a group of other people, no dwarves, and it sounds as though he's not saying anything in Dwarven. He's just putting on an offensive accent, basically.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
He's making the consonants and stuff like that, and just stringing things together.
Okay.
And a couple of his friends look over at you while you're walking over, and they just start giggling and laughing.
And he just has a pint.
Yeah.
Full, half full. How much is it? Wait, no.
Looks to be about half full.
Half full? Okay. I'm just gonna walk up there and not even steal it. I'm just gonna down it and walk away.
So you just walk up to his table. He looks up at you like he's gonna say something,
Yeah.
and then you just grab
I just
his
smile, down it, go.
beer. So it gets ripped out of his hand. He goes, "Listen, you shiny little plate mail fuck. All right, what the hell was that? You owe me a beer."
Walking away.
You just turn your back on him.
Yep.
All right. As you're walking towards Carver, and Carver's just like laughing and laughing. The bartender behind him is laughing, and then slides another beer over to him as though he just won a bet.
Yeah.
Suddenly, like Carver's face goes, and you actually, I'll get a dexterity saving throw from you.
That's I'm a Viking.
Oh, that's so low.
this
So
is
low.
good.
What? You don't like my deck saves? Come on. It's not gonna be
I
a
love
one.
your deck saves.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
In a
So,
tavern, I'm a wonderful.
Yeah.
He's
so
a wonderful.
you're walking away, and you basically get this sense like this guy's not going to let it go.
Caleb sense.
Yeah, exactly. Just as the chair comes down, attempting to go over your head, what do you do to dodge out of the way? Do you just kind of like lean, or do you like crouch down?
What's around me currently, other than what's behind me?
Closely packed in circular tables. So you're kind of like having to pardon me, excuse me, as you kind of push past the backs of people's chairs.
And they're like human-sized setup tables, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll duck under a table.
Okay, so you just kind of like duck underneath the nearest table.
Yep.
The chair comes down and just crashes over this group of elves and half-elves table where they're just kind of shooting the shit, and just spills their beer everywhere. And there's just like this moment of shock. And from underneath the table, the only thing you hear is Carver Grenning's voice going, "It's on!" And suddenly you hear clanking and smashing and things like that as the elves kick out from the table that you're underneath, and start like lobbing haymakers and things like that.
Nice.
Back at the docks, Minchinos, Rosie, and Ithis, what are you doing?
Well, I'm leaving that up to smarter people to decide.
Yeah, because we're that much smarter.
Technicians, I suppose.
Have you seen us before? Okay, so I was going to walk along the dock, still in my disguise-ish,
Mhm.
with Rosie, just sort of walking along and like hanging and having a conversation while keeping an eye on the boat. And actually, Ithis, it might be, maybe you can find a good vantage point on the other side of this walkway. Are there some like buildings, houses, anything he can sort of fly up to the roof on?
Yeah, there's warehouses.
Maybe if we can find a dark one that he could go up on and just sort of keep an eye out.
Sure.
Sure.
Do you want to
What's
give
the
me a stealth check?
Absolutely.
And
No.
a perception check as well, actually.
I figured it. Just a second. It's being slow.
And actually, if the perception check happens after you climb to the top or fly to the top, it would be an advantage.
We'll go with that then.
Did you roll?
Not-
Oh, there you go. Okay. Wow, that
not
took forever to
terrible.
show up.
You did. All right. And did you already roll the perception, or are we just waiting on it?
I'm waiting on it. I'm gonna roll when I'm on the roof.
Okay. Yeah. You can. You're flying up to the roof, right?
There it
Okay.
goes.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
Not bad. I'd prefer the stealth over that, to be honest. But
So from your vantage point, you spot somebody on the boat where you were when you arrived, up in the top of the mast.
all right.
Um,
I have a spell to communicate with someone, right?
Yeah.
Let me double check.
Message.
Okay. And a cantrip? Is it a cantrip?
No, I think it's level
Message
1.
is a cantrip.
Oh, yeah,
Probably
it is.
level 1.
Okay. I'll use a spell slot to let someone know.
Message is a cantrip.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Okay.
You don't have message though.
Oh yeah, there's no
You have
range.
sending, I think.
And it's
Sending.
I think
Sending. Ouch. Level 3.
yeah, you do have sending prepared, but you don't have a message cantrip.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. I'll use sending then. To Manchinos, I guess, since he's kind of a tech.
Okay.
I'm gonna say there is someone in the crow's nest. Be watchful. As will I.
Okay. Thanks. Good to know. And I'll let Rosie know too.
Yeah. So you guys don't have a line of sight on this person, but I'll reveal them.
Okay.
They're about 30 feet above the boat, and sort of out of line of sight at the moment. But you're aware that they are up there.
Okay. Yep. And all the masts and everything are furled up. Any sails or anything are furled, right? I don't think we had sails, actually.
There's like a small single mainsail
Okay.
in the center of the boat, but the others are just sort of like support masts.
Okay. All right, but it's
Typically-
furled. It's furled and closed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, that perception would have been high enough for this person as well. They are on the deck, sitting down.
Can I point that out?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
All right. All right. Well, if there's somebody on the deck too, part of my response would have been maybe we should tell Navik. I don't know if you can, but that's all. I can only do a quick response.
I can send the message across the entire plane. Is Navik with us? I forgot he was with us.
He's gone for a
Navik
swim.
is having a swim.
Oh,
Da,
okay.
da, da, see.
Then should I cast it again?
That is totally up to you.
Okay.
If you want to, I don't know if you want to burn level 3 spots.
I feel like Navik probably wouldn't adhere to that advice.
Okay. You're probably right.
Navik, you feel scratching on your shoulder.
I'll go up.
Oh, okay. Next time, all 3 of the 3. When I meant count down to 3, like we're gonna say every one of them. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So this time starting at 3, and then 2, and then. Do you go down
Poor
guy.
when he does that, or do you just wait for one?
No, I was gonna do my own one.
Okay. Yeah, he's just like holding his breath now.
3.
Oh my gosh.
Just as you say 3, he like opens his mouth to say something and go.
Oh, we're gonna kill poor Finazil again.
Oh, that's true.
How far away from the boat were we?
About 200 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll travel for about 100 feet, then go up again to.
Yeah. You don't
Look at the
you
surroundings.
You don't have a swim speed, so this is at difficult terrain, basically. So 20 feet for you.
Okay.
But if you want to speed up, give me an athletics check, and we'll say you got somebody on your back, but you have powerful frame. You're proficient in athletics, but not expertise, right?
Correct.
We'll call it a DC 15.
Well, I don't need to speed up.
Okay.
Just go.
You just want to sort of coast along?
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
I'm not in any hurry. I want to make sure that we're
kind of are.
good. I want to make sure that we're still stealthy in the water.
Okay.
I don't want to make waves.
Like secret agent.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what
Secret agent man.
Secret Trapper John.
Yeah.
Rosie and Minchinos, you
Mhm.
are both sort of at the front docks now.
Yeah, just sort of
Yep.
pacing around, shooting the shit.
Yeah, just kind of like fake sightseeing. Like, oh, these boats are so nice.
Sure.
Is that
Oh, this
that
water's very
altercation still
murky.
going on? By the way,
Yeah,
Is
the
she still
dock
pleading?
worker is still like yelling and like trying to convince this person in very, very broken common why this is important.
Okay, so I'm going to say to Rosie, hold on a second, and I will walk over, and I will speak in Elven. Do you need some help?
They kind of look over it and you go, oh, gosh, in Elven. They say, listen, this guy doesn't understand me. I have this problem. There's some medicine that I have on the boat just over there. Apparently, there was, I don't know, drugs or something on that other boat. Vagrants.
Terrible.
And apparently that is more important than me getting my medicine.
Okay, so I will basically act as a translator. I'll say to him, I understand what she's saying, and I will say to him what she just said. Well, not literally. That she actually needs to get on the boat over there on the right to get some medicine that she really needs for some condition.
He's like, medicine? I thought
Yeah.
she was... okay.
Oh, yep. The word for medicine is it does sound like a couple of different common words, so I can understand some confusion.
Crack cocaine? Crack cocaine?
Yeah.
I need
And
my
actually-
crack cocaine.
She wasn't actually asking for pornography. She was asking for medicine.
It's like, oh, that makes more sense.
Yep.
Listen, I'd love to help you out. And he kind of looks to the woman, but is actually not, is sort of speaking to you. He's like,
Yep.
but I can't break orders. No break orders.
So I'll say to her, the same thing. He says he wants to help, but his orders are to not let anybody on the dock. And I'll say to him, but what if you went with her and helped, escorted her to make sure that the boat you're guarding is safe?
He's like, that would be great, but then I'm complicit in it. I was told specifically, nobody on the docks, and if they see
Okay.
me,
But okay. So
who's that?
what?
Hi,
That's
let me help. Can I help? Why don't you ask somebody? Maybe she can explain what she's looking for, and just one of your workers can go to see if it's there and retrieve it. That way, you don't leave your spot. She's not being complicit in anything, and nobody gets in trouble.
I think that's a great idea.
yeah, it works pretty well actually. That's a lot better than I was thinking.
The guy, he kind of beckons over to the Houndmaster, and the Houndmaster sort of walks over. He goes, "Oh," he's like, "All right, so this nice man here is going to translate for this nice woman here. There's some medicine on the boat on the east dock. We're gonna tell you where it is. We're just gonna need you to go get it. Okay? You have permission to enter their boat." The guy's like, "All right, bit unusual."
All right, so I'll ask her, what does your medicine look like? How can they find it? They're going to go get it for you.
She's like, "Okay, in the third cabin on the lower level, it has a number 3 on the door. It's like a small pouch filled with it looks like flower petals."
Okay, I will translate that then.
All right.
Third deck, number 3,
He passes.
pouch, flower petals.
Yeah, he passes that on to the Houndmaster. He's like, "Right,
Oh, God, this is
flowers." He's like, he's like, "Come on, boy," and he beckons the dog to follow him, and they start heading over to that ship. The guy standing at the end of the dock is like, "There's busy docks tonight."
Yeah,
No kidding.
we like coming out for a walk around here sometimes, and I haven't seen it this busy in a long time.
Yeah.
It's good to see it busy though. After the whole war thing, I was worried about this. Worried about our city here.
Yeah. Hey, you look familiar, actually, little one. What's your name?
Rosie.
Rosie. Not Rosalita, is it?
Oh, you've never. Oh my goodness, you don't know Rose? She's been playing up at the tavern. What's that tavern up on the other way? She's a bard.
Yes, I've been
Yeah, very good
performing
music.
there. I'm
Yeah,
the
that's-
famous
it's-
Rosalita Dandelion.
So it is Rosalita. You're not supposed to be here. Actually,
What do you
you're not
mean?
supposed to be within 500 feet of this boat. I'm going to have to ask you to get out of here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was only trying to help.
It's like, no. This is
Tip
your
my hat.
boat.
Wait,
You can't be here.
are you trying to get me in trouble? You said we should just go for a walk on the dock like you used to the last time you were here, and this is.
I
I'm
forgot.
sorry.
Caleb.
Yep.
There's a man coming at you with 3 steins in both fists. Just
Interesting.
like wailing and like charging across the bar. This is a skill challenge. You and Carver need 6 successes where you don't repeat the same skill twice
Yep.
before you get 3 failures.
That's not gonna happen, but sure.
So this guy is like, ah! Just like coming at you with fists full of glass steins.
And Minchinos has a FOMO that he doesn't.
So how would you like to sort of get out of the way? Acrobatics, athletics?
So are
Uh,
these combined with Carver? Like, can Carver and I do things together, or is it just me?
So you can lean on Carver if you think he has a skill that would help you, but I'll let you sort of narrate. I can tell you what he's good at.
Okay. So he's charging at me with these hands full of steins.
Yeah. Carver is sort of like 3 feet to your right. He sees this happening as well.
I will say, okay, he's 3 feet to my right, eh?
Mhm.
Okay. For this one, I want to kind of like go prone almost to the point of like having him trip over me.
Okay, so you're gonna try and drop to the deck, like hit the deck and try and have him just like keep carrying right over.
In a sense, so like go on my hands and knees to become like more of an obstacle for him than a dwarf in his way.
Okay, so you want to time it so it's the last second so that he just barrels over you.
Yep.
Okay, so I think that would be like dexterity based, so an acrobatics check.
Hey, we'll get that one done first. Go.
Hey, not bad. All right.
2 for 2.
So the guy's like, ah, he's like charging at you, and you kind of like glance over to Carver. He's like, and you just like in the moment you like wait and you time it and you hit the deck as he's charging over you, and he catches his foot like under your plate mail and just goes soaring across the room. The glass in his hands kind of fling out and just like shatter across on the side wall. And like Carver's just like he like gives you a thumbs up, and then he like picks up a broken chair leg and starts moving to the door. As he does, the Goliath who you sort of convinced to let you in here with your plate mail on kind of steps in and in a big boisterous voice he goes, "Oh, okay, that's enough. It's my turn." and he kind of takes a big bar and he throws it down over the front door to this establishment, locking everyone in.
Nice.
And he rolls up his sleeves
Oh.
and
That's a victor.
moves into the fray. As he does that, and as you're sort of prone on the ground, you can see Carver sort of getting ganged up on. He has 3 people around him, one of whom is that sort of greasy-headed bald guy who was making fun of dwarves.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you want to help Carver sort of get out of that situation?
Sorry, I was fixing the stream. Explain that last bit again.
So Carver is sort of surrounded by 3 people.
Okay.
They're sort of closing in and trying to grapple him down. And he looks like he needs your assistance on pulling somebody off.
So how far away is he? Like, still the 3 feet?
Yeah, he's nearby. He's like very close.
Trying to grapple him.
Yeah, the dwarf hater that you stole the beer from has got like hanging off of the back of his hair.
Okay. I don't know how you have it envisioned, but I want to kind of like start pulling on one of the guy's arms using athletics to the point where he's kind of pulling back and then let go in hopes that he punches somebody that's also grappling.
So yeah, you want to like do like the empty Coke can thing?
In a sense, yeah.
All right. Sure. Give me an athletics check.
I don't know if that's good or not.
Oof, a 9, a +9, and you rolled an 11. All right. So he's going, and you grab his arm, and he's like pulling back on it, and he kind of looks back at you, and he elbows you in the side of the head. And as he does that, Carver is like yanked to the ground, and you can tell, despite Carver's sort of immense strength, he's like having difficulty fighting these guys off him. Welcome back. Navik.
Yes.
You are about 20 feet from the back of the boat when you start to feel Finithil like tapping on your back again.
I said I was going to go up about 100 feet to the boat.
Oh, okay. You want to be back further?
Yeah, I was going to
Okay.
go up 100 feet. Well, maybe about 50 feet. I can't judge distances.
Are they
It's
Navik
far.
feet? Are they rosy feet? I don't know.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I wear
So-
a very pleasant size 3.
If it were combat and you're 100 feet away, you could get to the boat in 5 turns at 100 feet.
So he wouldn't be scratching at my back per se to let up for air by the time I go up.
Well, you can hold your breath for like
An hour.
forever.
Yeah, but he said he could hold his breath for 2 minutes.
Okay, so you're going based off of that timing.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, if you come up for air based on your own internal clock, how close do you want to be?
Probably 50 feet from it.
Okay.
So I could actually have a look at the boat with my goggles that are probably fogged up.
Sure. Yeah, just a little bit. Make me a perception check. Nice. You do
Yeah.
see something. As I ruin the map.
What did you ruin?
Yeah.
I grabbed the map and tried to move it
Oh.
as a whole, not an individual. It's fine.
Find
I
a way.
fixed it. You see a man leaning over the back of the boat, just sort of like, having a smoke.
Looking out onto the water?
Yeah.
All right. I stop going forward.
Mhm.
And
So you're just treading water, and Finithel
Yeah.
just floating in the air.
Well, sort of.
Yeah, he just looks like he's like treading water, like
Yeah. A
Invisibly.
little above.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of people. Well, there's someone on the boat, and he's looking towards us. Well, not towards us per se, but looking out onto the water.
Yeah.
All right. I'll actually head away from the boat right now, so I can I'll talk to Finithil after.
Okay.
After we get a little further away.
Are you going underwater again?
I'll
Okay.
just go 3, 2, down.
Yeah. He goes. All right, you go underwater.
And head
And-
away from the boat.
Okay, how far away do you want to be?
I go about another 30 feet,
Okay,
maybe 40,
so like a total of what's that?
90
feet away?
feet.
Sure.
Yeah. Just say to Finithil, there's someone on the boat looking out to the water.
Okay. Should we assassinate him?
Probably not a good idea.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. Stealth mission.
Yes.
I can do that. If you can get me beneath him, he'd just make a big splash.
Did I see if he was wearing armor?
The war priest is, yes.
Heavy armor?
Yes.
Well, he is wearing heavy armor. But if he falls into the water and creates a scene, he'll probably just say that people were trying to get onto the boat.
Well,
And
what
if there's
he-
one, there might be more.
What if he fell into the water by an accident?
I don't know.
The Hound Master comes back off of the boat and moves towards Minchinos and Rosie, who are. What are you doing? You're being asked to leave.
And I'm playing completely like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to talk my way out of it. I'm not causing any trouble. We're staying well away. I'm not going to go near anything. I just really like the water. I'm from a small town. I don't get out from performing very much. I won't cause any trouble. I swear. Big anime eyes.
You're muted, Joe.
No, don't tell him that. Oh, sorry. Hi.
Use a silence spell.
Yeah, on himself.
Yeah.
Oops. Backfired.
I'm just saying I don't even understand why you would do such a thing. I'm sorry. We were just out for a walk after the show and said let's go down because we used to come down here all the time. All right. Anyway, why don't you just go ahead up and wait up on the stairs?
I promise. Can I try to convince him that I'm not gonna?
Sure. What's your before you give me the persuasion roll? What's the argument?
That I won't go anywhere near the ship. I'm just staying on the far end of the docks. I'm just looking around. I won't do anything bad.
Okay.
So I guess just try to persuade him.
Yeah. Or deceive, depending on.
With advantage, right? Because I'm so cute.
Probably with disadvantage,
If
considering
only there
you
was
were
a
arrested
way
earlier.
You could inspire people.
Can I inspire myself? Yeah, I'm inspired.
Not yet.
And
He says, no, 500 feet. I need you to see you on the other side of the docks.
My feet? I got little feet. Hold on. 1,
It's like,
2,
all right,
3.
I'm too old for all this. Come on. Both of you out of here.
Well, I should wait until we're done here with her this lady's medicine, at least.
He's like, do you know this lady?
Translator.
Her or this one? The little one or this one?
Both
I
of
just
them.
met this one. No, I just met this one tonight. I heard her speaking Elven and having trouble, and I am fluent in Elven, so.
I got it. Well, we don't need any more help. We appreciate your here. We got them. Look, here comes Buddy. Now he's got the medicine.
Fantastic. Excellent.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you. And I hope you're better, ma'am.
Ooh, can I try calm emotions? Make him just be like, yeah, man, you could totally stay on the docks, man. Dave's not here, man.
He's not. So it's not
Riled
his
up.
emotional state that's doing that. But if you were to do something like suggestion, or command, or something like that,
I could produce flame now.
I mean,
Not-
Normally I'm totally on board with that. But and I just start muttering under my breath, and just like, I can't forget this. Like
Alright.
an infernal a little too, and while I'm doing that, because it's just a verbal spell, I am gonna cast thaumaturgy to make a rumble of thunder in the distance, like a thunder noise.
Does thaumaturgy have any
Verbal only.
components? Verbal
Nope.
only.
Yep.
Okay.
So, like, as I'm muttering under my breath in Elven or Infernal or something that he wouldn't recognize, I'm going to try and sneak it in.
Okay. So there's like a rumble of thunder off in the distance.
Ooh, is that a storm coming in? It looks so clear.
It's such a clear night. I'm sure it's fine. Well, what's your deal at the docks?
Me? Oh, I was just walking. I'm an old friend of Rosie's, and she was in town for her show, so I just came by to see. That's all.
All right. I get it. I understand. I don't know
You
why
know-
you want to hang out next to shipping containers, but
Oh, it's nice and dark.
I'm not here to judge your nightly
It's dark. It's dark,
strolls.
dude. It's dark. It's just like just cut me some slack here.
Rosie throws up in her mouth a little bit.
It's like, listen, the Gilded Serpent is about 10 blocks that way.
Oh, I know.
He would. He would.
All right. So if she's got her stuff there,
She thanks you and she like slips you 2 copper.
Aww.
give it back and
Yeah.
say no, please. I was happy to help.
Say, thank you very much. This is very important to me.
Mhm.
And she sort of exits the scene.
So I'm going to ask Rosie. Hold on a minute. Meet me up the stairs.
That's
And
how
I
I
wanna-
am.
Just like and I'm going to say to him, "Dude, what's the deal? What's going on? Is she going to get me in a lot of trouble?"
Well, I only got this secondhand. I know the name Rosalita Dandelion.
Yeah.
From what I understand, she's a bit of a spellcaster.
Really?
I don't want to spook you or anything, but apparently she casts like an invisibility spell. That's a bit higher than hedge mage stuff.
Yeah. No, I know. It's
I
like
think she's a dangerous one. Don't cross her. She'll get you.
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's good to know.
Also, seems to be involved in some drug smuggling. Don't know if you want to get caught up in that kind of thing,
Are you kidding me? Her?
Seems like you got a good head on your shoulders. You're out here at, 12:45. You're
What
helping
kind of drugs?
strangers.
What kind of drugs?
I actually don't know. They're still looking
Okay.
for it on the boat.
Okay. All right. Well.
The good kind.
Oh man.
The good
Oh,
kind.
God, I hope that. Oh man, this is. My father is going to kill me.
What, you're 12 now?
No.
Come
No,
on,
no, no,
Dad.
no. It's like so because I'm acting. I'm still kind of in my noble gear, so I'm kind of acting like. But
He's like, yeah, I wouldn't get messed up with that little crazy one,
I guess not. Well, thank you for.
Resemble that remark.
I appreciate the advice and good luck. Oh God damn! Thanks.
Yeah,
And I'll just sort of walk away and walk up to Rosie and go, all right, well, that's not okay. This isn't good.
I think I goofed
You-
a little bit.
You probably shouldn't use your real name
No.
when we're trying to be incognito and kind of disguisey.
Got
We'll
it.
work on it.
Do you want me to go back with a new name? I can come with someone else.
No. Let's just keep going. And we'll walk over.
Willow
We'll just
Briar
walk over here now.
Thorn. Maybe you'll believe me now. I could say I made a mistake and I'm someone else.
And I'm going to make another roll of thunder happen. Just...
Navik and Ithis, both of you see movement on the boat. The war priest at the backs moves down the stairs, leaving Navik's line of sight. But Ithis, you see him as he sort of turns the corner and goes down into the hold, sort of out of sight.
Right then.
What was that?
Oh. I said, all right then.
Okay,
Yeah,
Navik, you
okay.
see the war priest sort of leave the side of the back of the boat.
Do you think we should call this off, Finithil?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep,
Yep,
you're
yep.
fake.
Did you ask if Finithil wanted
Yeah.
to call it off?
Yeah.
He's like, well, if ever there was an opportunity, this might be it. But I need you up there with me because I don't know where to look.
All right. Well, let's go then. Let's do this.
All right. Do you head swim towards the back of the boat?
Yep. 3, 2.
So, roughly, are these like equivalent in timelines that we're at now?
Yeah, they're slightly offset. There's sort of all overlapping, but
Okay.
yeah. So as he's coming towards the boat, you are sort of walking away to sort of talk with Rosie.
Okay. I'm going to as I'm walking with Rosie.
I could always make myself invisible.
You were
Um,
warned about this, Minchino.
yeah, I know.
It's true. Warn.
So you
So
were just warned about
we're
this.
probably about here. I'm gonna say, no, hold on.
I could be
And
invisible.
I'm going to on this boat here. That's a lantern, right?
Yep.
I'm going to control flames and just expand the lantern flame out, like it just does a flare up and starts a small fire.
All right. So you cast the spell. There's a bright flash on the edge of the boat, and you can hear a dock worker go, "Oh Christ!" And there's suddenly like panicked talk back and forth on the docks over there.
Get
and
some
you
water,
can
get some
see-
water.
Yeah, you can see like everyone, all of the sort of tier inquisitors sort of like take note. And actually, for the first time, Minchinos, because they're no longer sort of out of line of sight, you see the sharpshooter sort of
Okay.
press up to the edge of the boat. And about 30 feet up, you see the quick blade sort of lean out over.
Got it. All right, and then I'm gonna yell, "Oh my God! There's a fire! That boat's on fire! Quick, get water!"
Navik, is this when you climb up?
Yeah.
Or are you
Sure.
going to hold? Like, you'll hear that sound too.
Yeah, that'll be a good
Okay.
start point.
Navik is there. And Finithil. So I'll get you to roll me a stealth check.
Come on, Trapper.
And Finithil. And you can have advantage. And oh, weird. Okay. Sorry, it's been a long time since I've used Finithal's character sheet.
Is it broken?
It's broken. But that's all right. I'll manually do it.
My God, that was before they did the upgrade and change. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been like, what, 2 years?
Something like that, yeah. It's like the wind.
So the 22 is not what he rolls, actually. He gets a 16.
Yep.
Yeah, 16 with two sort of poor rolls.
Wow.
And the two of you begin to climb up the back of the... basically, you can climb up the back where Clementina cut the rope for the holy symbols.
Okay. I have a question about invisibility again.
Yeah.
So if I pick up an item, will it go invisible or will it...
It's a good question. I think it has... Well, is it a piece of, like... Is it an improvised weapon and therefore an equipment piece or something?
No, I mean the weapon, if I pick it up.
Like your weapon?
No, the hammer.
The hammer.
Oh, I gotcha.
Let's just see it bouncing along.
Yeah. That's a good point. I think there's probably like a brief moment where it seems to float and then is sort of encompassed by the spell as you wield it.
All right.
So, like, if you were to go and grab it quietly, like, it might be a sleight of hand check to make it not look like it was jostled or something like that.
All right. Well, if it's, let's say it's on the floor and I just grab it and don't move and then wait for it to disappear.
I think that's all right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Minchinos, you hear people shouting and things like that, and there's a small fire on the back of this boat over here.
Yep.
The Aegis, the guy that you were talking to, he's like, oh, shit! Now what? Yeah, he looks around and he starts making for the bell over here.
Ooh.
As soon as he starts to do that, I'm going to cast it again on the same fire, but just make it brighter, double the brightness as a flash to try and also create a distraction.
Yeah.
And
so
I'm going to move that way as well.
Towards the boat that's on fire?
No. Where I moved the token towards the bell.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so there's another flash, and actually this time the dock worker actually just leaps off the boat because they think this thing's gonna go up. Yeah. There's like a big splash. The dogs are barking. The Aegis who is moving towards the bell kind of like takes a moment and pauses as they kind of watch the fire flare up again. And you're coming down the steps towards him.
Yep. I'm gonna I'm sort of in a run type of thing to try and get help, and the idea is I'm hopefully gonna sort of like accidentally collide with him and like tangle up and delay the bell.
Okay, yeah, sure. So if you're gonna actually,
I'm not really trying to tackle him. I'm just trying to like, oh my god, boom, boom,
yeah. Okay,
slam into him
so
on the street.
We'll say that you just do that because you can just like sort of body block him a little bit.
Yep.
You
I'm like, get water. We got to get some water. Where are there buckets?
And he's like, there's water everywhere. I don't know where.
We need the buckets though.
The buckets. Where are the buckets?
And what is Rosie doing? Are you just sort of laying low?
Yeah, I'm just waiting, pouting on the side, going.
You hear chaos. You hear somebody's jumped into the water in the background. Minchinos is yelling about buckets.
I'm like, I could have helped, but no, I'm not allowed to go invisible. Fine, I'll stand over here.
I'm not allowed to go invisible.
Yeah, fine. Won't help.
Ithis, you spot another person on the docks. Climb out from here. There's like a guy who was like clearly sleeping underneath the tent who's just like looking around. He's like, what's going on? And and that is all you see at the moment. You also hear additional voices from the other dock workers, like further down, starting to like raise sort of a commotion.
Okay.
Caleb.
Yep.
Carver's down on the ground. He's wrestling with this like dwarf hater, and he manages to like fling him off his back, and there is the Goliath, who was at one point manning the door, kind of like he's like throwing people out of his way, and he's like having the time of his life. This is his dream job, basically. He just comes here every night at 10, waits until the fight breaks out, and then locks the door, and it's like last man standing. And he is like throwing people out of the way, and Carver's just like, it's like, okay, him I'm a little afraid of.
He's a pushover.
He's like, a push? Do you see the size of that man? And he kind of gets up and he's like tackles somebody out of the way. He's like, all right, should we tag team him?
Sure. How do you want to do it?
He's like, all right. I saw this move once, and he's like, at the same time, he's like dodging punches. He's like, now, assuming you don't have any trouble holding a human's hand, I think if I like crouch down to your level a little bit, we could sweep his legs. We like move in at once, sort of like a low clothesline. If that makes sense. Once he's down on the ground, we just kick him in the ribs.
Is that, or as I kind of look around at, are there any tables still right side up?
A few, yeah.
Okay. Any near him?
Yeah.
Okay. I will mention, how about I run up onto a table and jump up at his face, and you take him out at the legs.
All right. I like it. He's never going to expect the little guy to go high.
Exactly.
Let's do it. Is Carver sort of is your intent for Carver to go like ahead of you and like go low so that he reacts and then you come out from the side?
Yeah.
Okay. So how about a deception check on that then?
Sure. We can deceive.
And you can take advantage because Carver's tag teaming with you there.
Probably need it. Yes, but it's not gonna work.
So Carver charges the guy's like ankles, and you can see like he just kind of raises a foot and just steps on Carver. But at the same time, you come out of nowhere, this little ball of plate mail, and just clang him in the side of the head, and he just bowls right over. So Carver's like crushed on the ground with this giant Goliath foot, but you have knocked the Goliath over. Do you want to continue trying to like restrain the main guy, or do you want to? You can see the door in the back with the bar over top of it. Carver's just like got blood running down his nose, and he's got this big toothy grin, with like blood between his teeth. He's having the time of his life. What is Caleb's next move?
I will shout at them, say, goal achieved. Shall we leave?
Carver's just like, you can see like the Goliath on the ground is just like, what hit me? There's like maybe a small dent in your armor from where you just like chested him in the face. He's like, yeah, before he gets up.
Okay.
And Carver like scrabbles over. You move.
Is he like pinned by the Goliath by any chance or no?
Carver?
Yeah.
He would have been if you hadn't like blasted him in the side. But yeah, Carver like stands up in a daze and he starts moving towards the door. The guy whose beer you stole, you hear again yelling over the crowd. And he's like, "Wait, that guy owes me a beer." And he comes charging towards you in one final effort to take you down.
I'll quickly motion for Carver to open the door and then kind of sidestep out of the way.
Okay. So yeah, Carver like lifts the thing out of the way, and you want him to like sort of accidentally charge out the door?
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Jump over the Goliath and charge out the door.
So there's like a really steep set of stairs that lead up to the street from this sort of like below street level.
Okay, he can
bar.
run into the stairs for all I care.
Yeah. So he comes charging over. Carver lifts it. You pull the door open. And do you want to do? Trying to think what.
I could kind of. I was considering doing performance, doing the whole like and you go out.
Oh, it's sort of like a bullfighter kind of move.
In a sense, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. An advantage with Carver. All right, so 18. You're just taunting the guy as he's charging across the room. He's like, you stupid dwarf, and you like Carver, like you step out of the way. Carver opens the door, and the guy just runs headfirst into like the steep set of stairs, just knocked unconscious instantly. He's just laying on the ground. And he's like, as he kind of like slides down it, and as the beer bottles and things like that and glasses continue to sling around, Carver and you step out into the street. He's got like blood all over his face. He's got part of his beard is like ripped out. He goes, "I like that place." He slaps you on the back and he's like, "It was a good night."
It was a really fun night, and I'll slap him on the back as well and heal his wound.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and he's like, "Ooh, well, that's a fancy trick." Well,
I feel all tingly.
I think we should head back. I think I'm all excitement out for the evening. And we snap back over to the docks.
Just as a question, can you divine smite a fist?
I think so.
Possibly.
Or does it have to be a weapon? It's got to be pretty funny, too. Landing a punch and divine smiting.
With a melee weapon, so as long as my fists are considered a melee weapon?
I don't think it is.
Unless I'm a monk.
That's true.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what the distinction is. That would be neat, though.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could do like a monk paladin where your punches were divine smite.
Oh, I'm sure.
Flurry of blows with divine smite.
Yeah, because you can divine smite on every attack.
Yeah,
Kapow, kapow,
hunter strikes do not
kapow.
count as weapons.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well.
Anyway.
Anyway.
All right, Navik. You and Finithal climb up over the edge of the boat and can see the sharpshooter at the end sort of standing and looking over the boat and like pointing and things like that.
Okay.
You can also hear sort of footsteps beneath you on the lower deck.
Footsteps. Do I hear them coming out?
They don't sound like they're coming up the central stairs right here. They sound like they're sort of further down the holds somewhere. But
right.
you do hear a voice calling up. He's like, "Hey, what's going on up there?"
All right. How close am I to the hammer?
So the hammer is basically right here. Actually, I'll put a little symbol on it.
Icon.
Yeah. There. This looks like a hammer.
Yes.
There it is.
Found it.
Proud of you.
Objects in mirror may appear larger than.
All right. Then I can't really see. I can't really tell. I could tell Finithal, but not with hand motions.
You're just waving at him.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to put my hand on Finithil's shoulder and just pat him, just be like, stay.
Okay.
Stay, boy.
Good doppelganger. Good doppelganger.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to slowly move towards the hammer.
Okay. Give me another stealth check as you're moving across the deck.
Yep.
Yeah, it won't creak at all.
With advantage from the invisibility.
And the ship didn't rock when he was getting on board either.
Wait.
Don't rock the boat.
To rock the boat.
It seems as though the people around you are too sort of distracted at the moment, and you seem unnoticed.
Okay. Is there actually fish here?
It's probably been cleared away at this point.
Okay.
That was from earlier in the day. But if you want there to be fish, there can
No,
be.
I don't really want
we
to.
would clean
Alright.
up our boat. There would be fish there.
All right.
So
Is-
the board that hides the stash of weapons is about 3 over from the open board that where the drugs were found.
Okay.
So you'll have to like pry up the board and to reveal the weapon.
Do I see anyone looking at me or around me?
The sharpshooter at the front of the boat is fully focused on the fire.
Okay.
You can hear a voice yelling from up on the mast over here, but from your angle, can't tell where they're looking. They're sort of obscured by the thing they're standing on.
Okay.
But it sounds like they're also commenting on the fire.
Okay.
And the sharpshooter is sort of yelling down to whoever's in the hold below you. It sounds as though their voice is coming from like right below this grate here.
Okay. Just saying what's going on up there.
Yeah. The sharpshooter's like, "There's a fire on one of these fishing boats. It's insane. You should come see this."
Oh, jeez. All right.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with Minchinos. Don't worry.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. All right. I am going to try to pry up the floorboard.
Mhm.
Shouldn't be too hard since, it should be easy to pry up to. If you can get the weapons out easily to defend the boat, then
Yeah.
shouldn't be that hard.
So there's like a small like finger hold where there would have been like a knot in the wood that is just sort of like a grip point.
Yeah.
You kind of get your hand there and you lift up the board. Give me a sleight of hand check
Oh, yay.
Pepper John, you
just
can
to
do
make
it.
sure the
Pepper
motion
John,
doesn't
go.
look too obvious.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, jeez.
Instead of lifting up slowly, he rips it out of the boat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Make a perception check.
Sure.
You're on thin ice, man.
With advantage. With advantage.
With advantage, yeah. just because it's actually not that difficult to spot. The warhound's ears kind of go like perk up, and it starts sniffing, and it's walking down towards down the gangplank.
Well, I'll still continue on doing this and just do it faster.
Yep. So you lift up the board. You see the stash of weapons.
Yep.
There's like cutlasses and like weird shaped daggers and things like that, and the hammer.
Grab the hammer.
Yep.
Wait.
Yep.
Wait. Is
You can
invisible?
see the hammer. You can see like the magic kind of spread from your hand to the weapon.
Take it out.
Yep.
Board down. Try to be slow about it.
Yeah. Give me one last stealth check.
Okay.
Last one.
And then he sneezes. Yep, he sneezed.
So you grab the weapon, and as you pull it out, you let go of the board a little too hard, and the hound like goes, kind of like
All right,
snaps
well-
to attention.
And after that, I have the hammer. It's pretty much invisible.
Yep.
I am going to just run, grab Finithil, and jump into the water. And just swim.
So the hound starts barking at something unseen, but it can hear your footfalls as you kind of move up the steps.
Yep.
And Finithil doesn't see you coming. He's just like trying to like blend in with the piles of rope and stuff like that. And suddenly he hears like the thump 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 as your like giant strides are moving towards him.
Man.
You grab him by the collar and you just yank him over the edge of the ship.
I do a good jump too.
All right, so you're gonna jump your full, what is it, 20 feet?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Right off the map. So
Wrestling with the wee slam in the water.
so as soon as the splash happens, the Ithis can see like all hell breaks loose on the ship. People are like running from end to end. The people from below the decks come back out onto the top of the deck.
Can I see that? From where I am?
You would definitely have heard it, the splash.
Okay, then if I heard the splash, I'm gonna try and
actually, you might have seen a brief silhouette of Finithil being yanked overboard.
just this cartwheeling thing.
Yeah. I like to imagine that Navik also went 1, 2, 3 as you were flying through the air.
Yeah, probably. I'd be like, all right, swim.
Yeah.
Okay, then if that happens, I'm going to try and at least make some more thunder noises and things.
Yeah.
Actually, can I? An instantaneous sound from my point of choice within range, such as, so it doesn't have to be those things. I'm going to try and make more splashing noises. Actually,
Okay, how far can you throw it?
60 feet. Sorry, 30 feet. So, in the water over here by where the dock workers swimming and stuff.
Okay, yeah. I mean, she's already making splashing sounds,
Right.
but you can make more.
Right, just make another one that's
Yeah.
loud. Another splashing noise.
All right, so the Houndmaster at this point has run down the docks. The dogs are like barking at everything that moves. The brute is kind of like half asleep, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And at this point, you've delayed the Aegis, but he does end up getting to the bell, and he starts going clang, clang, clang.
Yep, that's fine.
Kaleb, you and Carver hear the clanging of alarms coming from the dock district, which is maybe 2 blocks down.
Should we check what that is? Do we care?
He's like, I mean, we could take a peek.
Well,
I
you know,
mean-
was it Rosie? She was not allowed to have fun.
I mean, they told me not to go back to the docks. Technically,
Oh, that's true. You're one of them paladin types too. You always listen to authority, yeah?
and
Hmm.
sometimes.
He's like, I mean, we had some fun. We could probably head back. It's fine.
Yeah.
Plus, it's probably just those Emerald Syndicate guys, right?
Maybe if they're. I mean, if they're doing their job, they're doing it really poorly.
That's true. Maybe you want to dial back on what you owe them.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll just head back and sleep it off.
Right. Maybe stop in a couple more bars on the way over. I'm sure Sassel's got something for me.
Hey, we got the fallen chair. We're good. Or the broken chair. Oh,
Yeah. All right. So there, more and more people are sort of taking note of what's happening on the docks and things like that.
thanks, Heart Chair, for following.
Vincinos, are you sort of
So I was there doing
receding
that.
from the? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him, is there a brigade nearby? Is there someplace I should go and get more help?
Well, you can ring the nearest bell if you can find one.
All right, I'll go look for one. And I'll go and grab
There's
Rosie.
bells
And
basically at every dock.
yeah, well, and I will just start heading towards another dock. But actually, we do that.
Yeah.
I'll just like, come on.
All right. And Navik, you are swimming underwater, ensuring to come up so Finithil can breathe.
Yep.
All right. So you definitely become aware, at least Minchinos, as you're ringing the bells, that a couple of the hounds dove into the water, but they cannot keep up. And they lose the scent pretty quickly. And you manage to get the hammer off the ship.
Yay!
I'm
Went
gonna go back
exactly as
to,
planned.
I'm gonna try and get back to where we split up, where that first hiding spot was, because I want to try and find Navik first.
Okay, yeah, you went like down the docks a little further away.
Yeah.
So when you sort of quietly crawl out of the water with a sopping wet Finithil,
I'm sopping wet too,
yeah,
I'm gonna
but
say
invisible.
put the hammer in here, and I'll hold out the bag.
I
Just
put the
put it in
hammer
here.
in. I put it in there, but you don't see it.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're still invisible.
Yeah.
I'm
You
like,
saw it yourself.
I think what just happened? Okay, fine.
And the bag always weighs 15 pounds, so you don't even notice.
Well, I just feel like rustling, like something's being moved as he's putting it in. But
All right.
okay then.
Finithil's just like, well, I feel like I wasn't particularly helpful.
No, you totally were, dude. We could not have done this without you. As a matter of fact, let's go back to the pine and the swine and pearl, and first round's on me.
Where's Ithis?
Here, son of a bitch.
Yeah, Ithis kind of walks up from the side.
Hello.
That sleight of hand was to use some of Finithil's hair to go
okay.
into.
That
Just
plan's
go up like this?
completely flawless.
I see it, and I'm barely holding back laughter.
All right, so you guys make your way back to the Swine and Pearl. The bells continue to ring long after you arrive back at Sassel's place.
We don't run into Kaleb along the way, right?
You can probably, like crossing the street with Kaleb and Carver. Carver's got like a big bloody grin and a black eye. Kaleb doesn't look too worse for wear.
A little dent here and there, but
Yeah,
it's fine.
little dent.
I have a question about invisibility again.
Mhm.
If I trip someone, is that an attack?
Yes.
Damn it!
I'm there with you, though. I'm right there with you.
Now, if he just lays down prone in front of a doorway,
And you trip over him, I don't think it's an attack.
Yeah, he
There you
gets
go.
down on all fours, and I actually push the person.
then that's an attack on you.
That's me attacking. He's
Yeah.
just sitting there.
Yeah, all right. So if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like go down on the ground,
Right,
Right. like a little ball, and then someone walks into me,
Yeah, they'll probably trip over you.
I'm going to do that to Carver.
Or
All right,
Carver.
so as you get to the Swine and Pearl, the again, like a lot of places, the steps from the street go down some stairs to a lower entrance, and you lay in front of the staircase.
Yep.
All right, Kaleb, Minchinos, you all are walking together towards it. There's no sign of Navik. But you meet up with Minchinos and Rosie and Ithis.
You guys look like you had fun.
We had a wonderful time.
Cool. We've had an interesting night.
I got in trouble.
Again?
Yeah. Yep. Rosie got in a little bit of trouble, but we managed to solve one of our other problems, one of the other big problems. So you can thank us later. Let's go back to the bar.
Whatever you did, I don't. Sure.
Oh, I think you know what we You know what we did.
Bought
And we'll
me
head
a
back.
gift.
I'll
So-
drop my spell at this point too.
Has Navik conferred his plan to everyone else?
No.
Nope.
All right. So who is the first person entering the bar?
Probably me.
Probably honestly be me and Caleb,
Yeah.
most likely.
All right.
Well, Carver wanted more drinking, right?
Question.
Mhm.
Is Navik capable of laying still and quiet while doing this prank?
I mean, we can make him do an advantage
Well, I mean,
stealth check.
yeah,
It-
yeah, I think that's important here.
It
I think
is, but-
so.
Okay. Like, I just wanted the confirmation from
Yeah.
Jordan, right? So.
All right. What's your passive perception?
Mine is
11.
11.
Yes.
Rosie notices.
Yeah.
Maybe not notices Navik, but definitely notices like that the ground looks a little pressed in and like there appears to be like dust being blown around where he's breathing.
Because my passive is 19, so
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Oh God.
Wisdom based, I think.
Yeah.
I'm
And actually,
smart.
Yeah,
Carver
yeah,
notices as well.
yeah.
I
You
think it
still
was
use your
wise.
real name.
Okay, I said I was smart, not wise. Different.
And I think Ithis notices as well, so it's just Caleb and Minchinos.
Sweet.
Yeah, you guys maybe simultaneously foot into Navik.
Like, what the?
Yeah, and you like tip forward.
Stupid ring.
No, I think the
Barreling
best
down the
question.
stairs.
No, best question is exactly where on him do they step?
Yeah.
Is there a cry out of pain? Is there weeping?
I mean,
This seems squishy.
yeah, yeah. Caleb kicks you with a plated
mean-
boot.
I'm probably stout enough that I don't even fall over him, I fall on him.
Well, the biggest question is he now a eunuch? Like, how does this end up?
No,
Maybe
what
he's
I'm
always been
thinking
good.
is that
Oh, I
where
sense
the
another
steps
ring.
go, where the steps are,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just above where the step to go down is. Like,
Oh, so you want to topple
Oh,
over
at the
this
top
in-
of the stairs at street
Yeah.
level.
Oh, so when you step down into the first step, you just roll
like where
off.
where you go
Got
to step over, like onto the next one. You
Yeah.
just hit me, then go down.
So that
What's our saving throw on
Yeah,
this?
I was gonna say.
Oh, please say
acrobatics.
Dex. Please say
It's
Dex.
probably gonna be acrobatics.
No, I think it's a deck save.
A dex
it's
save?
a save.
Okay.
Okay, are we 3 for 3?
Oh God.
Yo, there it is. I knew I had to get it eventually.
Good job.
2 feet simultaneously,
Tremendous.
one from Caleb, one from Michino, step on Navik, revealing him, giggling on the first step as you both go, "Wah!"
Stupid
uh,
fucking
and-
Goliath.
you
Damn
fall
it.
down 15 steps.
Going to burn your balls.
I'm like, good job, Navik. Good
Oh
job.
man.
I just crack out
We'll
loud.
give him some magic items.
Someone not very smart.
Clementina hears the 2 bodies slam into the door and comes to and opens the. Oh, hello. Just like laying in a pile at the bottom.
We're like struggling to get up as we're tangled and
At least he did the one and not me, so I didn't land under the plate. So
yeah, fair enough.
All right. Shall we take 5?
sure.
Sure.
Get a little something at the bar.
And we will.
Emergency poop break. Emergency poop break. Everybody takes a poop.
I don't think it's really. We have viewers to discuss Liam's
Yeah.
problems with his bowels.
I know, eh?
That seems
Don't
rude.
look at him. It makes him
I feel like-
nervous.
I feel like the break animation should be something like.
Yeah.
Animated.
See,
Oh,
emoji.
like the old cinema thing with the snack bar with the dancing stuff, and so it's just like
Time to
Bowser.
celebrate, take a poopy.
Mr. Hanky and
Oh.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a poopy. We're gonna take a poopy. We'll
Oh,
be back in
God.
5. Back in 5. We're taking a poopy.
Okay, well, we will be right back.
Nope.
Now we're live. Welcome
Where
back.
are my pants?
Who was wearing pants?
Oh, not it.
You're a barbarian in our other games. Donate his pants to resurrect a dead player.
Yeah, true story.
Yep.
Those must be some pretty great pants.
No, they weren't.
Oh, they
Okay, then.
smelled and stained.
Fantastic. Oh, hi.
Welcome back.
So
Please
look, we're
join
live
us.
again.
Good
You
evening.
guys make your way into the Pearl and Swine, some faster and more aggressively than others. And Sassel begins sort of feeding everyone. It's like past midnight now. The bells on the docks you can hear in the distance sort of die down. And for a time, it's sort of like a light and sort of like happy atmosphere here in the Pearl and Swine. Has Kaleb been told that the hammer was recovered?
No,
Not until we get into the
I've
mansion.
been mentioned
Got it.
something was obtained.
Yeah, we solved the big problem, is what I said.
Got it.
So, oops.
Big problem. Oh, you're in a wall now.
Yeah, I've right-clicked to move the map. So I would not do anything until we get into the actual mansion,
Got it. Okay.
which is not yet because we're going to the bar to drink.
Carver is sort of loudly retelling the story of Kaleb and him taking down the big Goliath at the Gore-Covered Club, and making an embarrassment out of the dwarf racist.
Navik might remember the Goliath.
He also loudly talks about the weird guys in the alley that propositioned Kaleb and him. He's like some weird guy with fancy makeup on came in. He was like, tell us about your friend. And he was like, maybe I will. And go fix my problems. And then he shook his hand. I need to go to bed, guys.
All right.
He walks upstairs.
Through the
So
wall.
you had somebody you made a deal with to solve your problems.
Yep, doesn't look like they did anything though, because you guys took care of it, so it's all good.
Oh, you know what? Let's go and see what Lumpy Steve has to say about this.
Sure.
And I'm gonna walk into I'm gonna head in the mansion.
I'll take a drink and then walk into the mansion.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course I'm taking my drink.
I assume Maggie is actually asleep and not at the table.
Yes, at this time, and so is Tulip.
Oh, Tulip.
Tulip's asleep in the turnip box.
Yeah, okay.
Makes sense.
Lumpy Steve comes and polishes Caleb's armor.
Yay.
There's a couple of dents. Looks like you had a little dent there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll work on that later.
I'm having a
So
snack.
I'm gonna set my drink on to the side, and who's pinging my chair?
Navik, go.
It was me. It's
the
the
hero.
chair.
That's the hero of Bremwick chair.
It is.
I will reach into the bag hanging at my belt and pull out his hammer and say, "So, found something."
It was in your
Set
belt
up
all
the
along?
Well, it is now.
Well, if you want to keep it, go ahead.
All right, so yeah, I've got this. It'll be safe in this bag. We came into a little bit of money, and so I thought this was a good investment in hiding things we don't want found, and that we can carry discreetly. And I'll just show him the bag.
Can you hide my student debts?
That's a different bag, and it's a little more expensive.
Aw, darn. Maybe next time.
Did you end up getting anything there? Ash?
No, I didn't buy any. I don't have that much money.
Well, we had a whole bunch of money that we're floating around with.
It's true. I think is Rosie doesn't know exactly how much money you have.
That's true. That's true.
Rosie would have no idea that you're just a walking bank.
Yep. She doesn't
So
know
she'd
that I
be-
have. She doesn't know that I have 300 platinum sitting in this bag.
Exactly. So she has
Right.
her 200 gold, and she's like, "Okay, I'm saving up for a pretty thing." So you might want to
Where's your
tell
liar's
her.
dice?
Yeah.
No, I'm not rolling that one. That's the one that'll happen.
I have 2,500 worth of gems on me.
I got like 250 gold.
It's only my lies that count. But yeah, so we have a little bit of money, and you don't have to worry about the tank anymore. Finally get rid of the tank.
Tank. As much as it was useful. Getting
Yeah,
on the side of a hindrance.
So I sold that and sold the talisman, and we've got some good money now.
Instead
And
of
as
the
an
bad
aside,
kind of money.
as an aside to the DM, the talisman is in the bag of holding.
I assumed.
So we sold those things, have a bunch of money, and so what is it? So what would the share be? A couple hundred platinum, I guess. Would that sound about right for 1100
What now?
For divvying it, you mean?
for the share?
I don't know. That's up to you. You have 1,180 platinum in
Yeah.
your bag right now.
Yeah. So I'll take 150 plat out right now. Give it to Caleb and say, here's some spending money for you for now. We made some decent money, and I'll give him the 150 platinum.
It's a lot of money. As I'm
And,
shoveling like ramen noodles in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lumpy Steve makes amazing ramen.
My bad.
Oh, actually, I have no doubt. He actually pops the egg in and
Yeah.
everything, and it's perfect because
Is it
Lumpy
130?
Steve.
Sorry?
150.
150.
And I'll ask Navik if he wants them now or later.
Still well
Don't need any right now.
Cool.
But I will put some stuff in there.
Now we can just
I have
dump the thing.
snowshoes, snow goggles, 50 feet of rope, climber's kit.
I'm gonna go with no on most of that.
Oh, I know what I should have bought in town. A new feather for my hat. Oh, I forgot.
Go to the hat shop.
Speaking of which, Morden shows up. The dwarf who had left earlier in the day, saying that he was going to leave to buy you a captain's hat.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
He returns, and Sassel kind of sticks his head through the magical door, and he goes, so Morden's here, and there's also a couple of other folk here to see Caleb.
Oh,
I'll
I'll go talk. Don't worry.
I'll go too.
So, in the lobby of the Pearl and Swine, you see Morden there, whose token I can't find at the moment, so you're just gonna have to take my word for it.
Navik.
Found him. All right, Morden is standing sort of in the center of the room, holding a bicorn, giant, like Napoleon-esque hat.
Nice.
But he's a little distracted because behind him is a tall, sickly-looking man with sort of black paint over his eyes and mouth. And a number of sort of leather-clad guards behind him. Lena is like, I'm gonna go to bed.
Whee!
Yeah. And Morden's just kind of like stepping ever closer to the bar, where he's just kind of like holding this giant hat. And the man with the face paint says, "Mr. Kaleb."
I don't think I ever got his name, right?
No.
Okay. Mr. I never got your name.
The Emerald Syndicate is fine for now.
Is that like your middle name? Is that a name or something?
Actually, Minchinos, you know about the Emerald Syndicate.
Okay.
They operate out of Ramodna.
Oh, good.
Good time.
Hey, we're going there. Oh.
They are a basically an information black network.
Okay.
They deal in acquiring hard-to-get information for clients who pay very well, and also eliminating information in the form of eliminating people who know things, basically. They are probably, for Minchinos, they are actually a fairly big threat, considering your
Background.
yeah,
Yep.
and where you're from.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see them, or when you hear the name Emerald Syndicate, it's sort of like there might be some hackles raised instinctually.
Yep.
They are an immensely wealthy organization, and they pick their agents very selectively. So they're the real deal, basically.
Okay.
I'm
going to keep basically a firebolt at the ready if anything starts to go south.
Sure.
Just because of that, because just as a wariness.
Navik goes invisible and disappears.
Just to come out with us, yeah. We definitely don't see the door open and close. No, nothing. No.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
It's like, shoot.
Navik's like, eek.
And you can hear the Scooby-Doo creepy music somehow.
That's what I see in my head. Just the violins, plucking the violin strings.
So the man sort of walks over to the chair here, looks at Tilly, and says, "Do you mind if I sit here, Finethel? Is that all right?" And he kind of sits down anyway. And Sassel's like, he doesn't say anything. The man in the chair says, it's like, "So there was a bit of a kerfuffle, is the word I think they use here." Yes, at the docks. I believe there may have been perhaps some contingency plans in place should we have failed you.
None that I know of. I mean, I don't control what my party members do or what anybody in this city does, so.
Right. Well, we made the investigation go away, at least on paper.
Okay.
In fact, I should have a man delivering one Giorgio to you shortly.
George.
All of your charges against Rosalita and yourself have been dropped, and Giorgio as well. As far as the shipping logs go, you never docked, but you will need to move the ship in the next week or so.
Fair enough.
I would also potentially advise you change the ship's name.
I don't even know what the name is at the moment.
Right. It is the, well...
We can talk to George.
Forgive my language, but the swell fucker?
Oh, lovely. Yes.
You can hear that through the wall, by the way. You clearly hear that from the other side of the door.
All right, I keep a straight face somehow.
Yeah, me too.
The humorless man, he's like...
Do you
I
now?
laugh.
It tends to jump off of a shipping manifest page.
Yes, I can see how that would happen.
anyways, this the job is done. It seems as though the equipment was either taken or perhaps recovered by someone else working for you, but the ship is yours once again.
Fair enough.
It was as though you had never arrived.
Okay.
And so we have come to collect our payment.
So please, could you just prime off what the deal was again?
Yes, I would be happy to. In exchange for one of either eliminating the investigation on your ship and removing the Inquisition's interest in it, or B, recovering a unusual, we shall say, weapon from its hidden compartments, you would provide us with the location of one Garrett Callister.
I'll kind of look over, back. Okay, just so we're clear on the deals. I will walk over to Sassel and be like, Sassel, do you have any pen and quill? Or sorry, paper, parchment, quill?
Yeah, sure.
I'll
Slides it over to you.
take it and walk back to the table. I'll kind of write down the information I know, hold it up, slide it to him.
Okay. He kind of looks at it. Is it truthful information?
Just out of character, how much information do I know? Because I know when we split off, Garrett said that he was going to, with his brother, I think, right, to a art theater.
Yeah, you knew that Garrett and his brother were going to take basically as much money as they could. Well, this is more his brother than Garrett himself.
Yeah.
But Derek, leader of the Patron Saints, was going to take the wealth that he had sort of managed to scrounge together during the Slod Crisis through the use of his Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
And basically flee to Ramodna, where he was hoping to start a new Thieves Guild there.
Okay.
And you know that he was going to buy his brother a theater. Or at least had promised that.
Yeah. Okay. So it'll be truthful information, but only regarding the location of his brother.
Okay, I gotcha. So he looks at, and do you mention the brother by name?
I knew, yeah, I would have known his name or remembered his name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, and do you tell him about the Thieves Guild stuff?
Nope, just that he would be in Ramodna, acquired or probably running a theater of some sort.
Got it. So he looks at it and he goes, "This is Derek, not Garrett."
Exactly. That is the information
Is
I
that a
have.
persona of his?
It is his brother.
So, and he looks at you pointedly. He says, "So you're telling me you don't know where Garrett is?"
Currently, no. I know when he left us, he was going to his brother.
Okay. So he's on his way to Ramodna to visit his brother.
Most likely, yeah.
Very good. Seems like we've traveled a long way in the wrong direction, but thank you.
Thank you.
I'll remember our deal. I look forward to doing more business with you in the future.
We shall see.
As he folds the piece of paper up and puts it in his sort of robe pocket, the door swings open, and there's Giorgio with just like a big bag of coins in one hand. And he's just like, I'm sprung! Woo! And he's like, excuse me. And he kind of pushes past the leather-clad guards, and they kind of like sort of move out of the way of this sort of gruff little halfling. And he's like, holy smokes, what a day, what a day. All right, here we go, Caleb. And he dumps all these coins out, and he's like, I don't know what the hell happened, but they let me go and they gave me my drugs back.
Giorgio, can you go sit at the bar for a bit, please?
Absolutely. What a day, what a day. And he walks over to the bar.
All right, I'm going to come out and I'll go, is that a captain's hat?
Morden's like caught between the two things. He goes, oh, yes, Miss Rosie, I got you this.
Do you walk into me?
Oh, he probably does.
Yeah, Navik is like standing in the doorway, invisible.
Should be right into his butt.
Ew, gross! No!
Now here's
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'd smell it before I hit. I go,
I smell like seawater right now.
does anyone smell old tuna?
So Morden
No,
hands
she
you
just went upstairs.
a big bicorn,
ouch.
like a Napoleon hat, and on the right side there is a like a large painted brass like medallion, like pinned to one of the sides.
Okay.
In the shape of a dandelion.
This is amazing. Thank you. I take off my hat and
He's like, it's very, very befitting. I think I did great.
this is the best day ever.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
He,
I am your captain.
he straightens his jacket and he gives you a salute.
So I've started coming up with new names for our ship.
It's like as the conversation begins to lighten, the man leans over to Caleb, and puts like a cold hand on your shoulder and whispers into your ear. He's like, "If you ever need anything again, I am Decimus Coil." Thank you, Dragon Hewer. And he moves to leave the bar.
Before you leave, Mr. Emerald Syndicate,
Mr. Emerald Syndicate, very professional.
Yeah.
would you
He's
like, you did mention that you do like to partake in Castle's wonderful ale.
I've heard good things about it, yes. Unfortunately, these days I don't stomach ale and wine quite like I used to.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I admire his dodging of a cliche.
And he smiles and leaves the bar.
I cannot believe you just did that. Do you have any idea who those people are?
Nope.
Or what that person is? You just gave our friend up to die at the hands of a vampire in one of the most dangerous organizations in this entire fucking continent. You just gave up. You just gave up our friend to die.
Nope.
They are going to go and they are going to kill him. And if they do, I will slowly roast every bit of flesh off of your bones. And I turn around and walk out of the room.
Oh,
No, you didn't.
No.
Sassel's like, he's usually so cheery.
Really? I mean, I've been stuck with him for how many years now? Oh wait, probably 1 year.
About one. It seems like for fucking ever.
I know, eh? Feels like it. It's like almost like 4.
Okay, gang, so I've been coming up with ship names. They're very, very important. What do you think of the Jolly Dolphin?
Meanwhile, Giorgio's sitting at the bar.
Oh,
Yeah, we're scrapping your boat name. It's terrible.
What? Oh, come on. I didn't name it actually, but I did buy it because of the name.
Yeah, well, we're changing the name.
So, Jolly Dolphin. What do you guys think?
Dolly.
What's a dolphin?
I don't know, but it sounds cool. Okay, how about the East Wind?
That's all we need is Navik to be on something named the East Wind.
Okay, how about this one? The True Inferno.
That's a little more on brand.
It is
Yeah.
on brand. Out of character.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah, I can't argue that one.
Well, you guys think on it. Get back to me. I'm as your captain. I take full responsibility on naming the ship.
Giorgio's like, whoa. Whoa. I'm hurt.
We'll co-captain. We'll work together. Team.
You're
Yeah, after-
probably better with the crew than I am, actually.
After a stunt like that, Giorgio, yes. One, we didn't know if you were coming back. So we kind of might need you to help train, and I'm guessing Rosie, as much as I dare not say it, would want to learn how to drive a boat.
I
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I really do.
I could do that.
Two,
I'm assuming you and I are still, benefactor,
as long as you don't do the stunts again when I ask you to buy stuff to sell, I mean,
I sold it.
legal stuff.
What he's saying is no more drugs.
I got 300 gold.
And you spent how much?
I didn't write that down. How much did you give me again?
I gave you. I gotta go through my notes now.
400,
Yeah.
I believe.
400, and I know
He's
some
like-
of that went to pay for the crew.
Right. So, I lost money.
Pretty much, you made no profit.
Yeah. Well,
And he spent time in jail.
You learn. And I did. I spent time in jail. I broke out clean as a whistle.
Still gotta pay the crew.
Oh. Hey, Caleb, can you help me out with that?
You have 300 gold coins apparently.
Oh, it's mine?
It's ours.
Okay, I'll pay the crew with some of this. And maybe you can tell me who should manage my books from now on?
Probably Manchinos.
I would say Michinos, but he's kind of in a mood. But
He's mad.
we'll discuss that before we leave.
Yeah.
Mood.
In a
In a mood!
He's in a mood.
I'm pretty sure I just threatened to slowly kill you.
It's his lady's time, all right?
I mean, yeah. Anyways,
All right, so I'm going to end the session sort of there.
Yep.
You guys have time in Bremwick. Your sort of suspicion has been erased by the Emerald Syndicate, so you can sort of be here
welcome.
with impunity. Do you want downtime, basically, or do you want to pick up basically the next day?
I guess it depends on if Rosie wants to go shopping.
Shopping's well, who wants to give me money?
Or bank of Michinos.
But he's mad right now. I don't think
He's
that's
mad
the time
at
to.
me.
But he's in general not happy. I don't think I should go knock on his door. Can I borrow some money? He's gonna be like, just close the door.
Well, you out of everybody, he'd be fine with. Maybe Navik.
I'd only be a little burnt. I just the door. So I'm thinking of ship names. You want to help?
Just a note to you, Liam. I am switching attunement from the talisman to the staff.
Okay, cool.
I noticed it was still the other way around.
Got it. So with downtime, you can pursue side projects. You can pursue information. I know Navik had mentioned the desire to learn about sort of
Learn the history of why the Goliath race was exiled to the Leviathans.
Yeah, so downtime would be a good opportunity for that. You can attempt to gain, you could help Sassel run the business, perhaps earn a little bit of profit. You can carouse, you can look for rumors, you can...
Carouse?
Yeah, try and find information on the Emerald Syndicate.
I'm going to find out what's up with Emma.
Okay, that's a great use of it. Yeah,
I would want to help with that too.
sure.
Rosie would like to start studying and learning how to be a captain.
There you go.
Okay,
Like learn
yeah.
about ships, read some books. Like, what is
Sure.
stern?
I'd
You
also
wanna
ask.
poop deck.
I'd also ask Machinos to help me out with the history part.
Sure.
Sure. I'm actually not too bad at that. Oh, I'm even proficient. Yay!
Yay!
Is there anything Ithis would like to work on? Information seeking wise, purchasing.
Mike's not working again, Vic.
Not particularly. I think he's just along for the ride for now.
Okay. And Caleb?
I would like to look for I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
And the next time you come into the mansion, your hammer is sitting on the table where Limpy Steve Potato puts the food.
I'm picturing that scene with Thor all of a sudden, where it's like you
I
don't pick
can't
up.
move
like,
it.
Who super glued this?
I was gonna say, I'm sure Machinos has some sort of like trap set up.
It's
Yeah, there's
actually
like
a mimic.
a delayed blast fireball on it.
I'm not quite there yet, damn it. Soon! Soon!
So just a clip of warding or two. All right, perfect. And how long do you guys want to spend?
We only have a week or something. We have to be out.
Out of here by a week. based
They
on
suggested
what
that you have the ship out of the docks in a week. Yeah.
So 3-4 days
I would
tops, I
say
guess.
3 days tops.
3 days?
Been
Sure.
here what day already? So,
Yeah, you actually arrived early this morning, so it's just been
Fair.
one day in Bremwick so far.
fair enough, but it's still a day.
One
so-
long
It's a
day.
long day, yeah.
And I'm gonna look up a couple of other things too, and I'll let you know what that is, Liam, offline.
And
Sounds good.
yeah. So, is it possible to do more than one thing, or no? Or will that take up
Yeah, yeah.
the entirety? I would like to look up more information on what acolytes a tier trying to plan or
Yep.
working towards, or
Sure. And if you need assistance with, for instance, investigation or anything like that, who do you go to?
I don't know. Like,
I mean, your followers are obviously on the table, but party members as well, like Clementina, Carver, Denethil, anyone in your party.
Minchinos. Not Minchinos.
Chino, let's see. Yeah, I'd probably rely on the followers of Odin as well.
Yeah.
Not only to investigate more of Tyr, but also scour the town just in case there's any
Yeah.
more followers.
So yeah, you can give them commands as well if they
Yeah.
want to sort of scout out information. Cool.
Sure, I'll have them do
And
that since I'm more
Yeah.
of a target.
Yeah.
More than one person. And then yeah, I'll have them do that, and then I'll do the tinkering side of things.
Okay, great. And if there's any other detail in between now and the next session, feel free to message me.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Cool.
And actually, one of the other things I might do is I might pass you guys information during the week. So if there's any follow-up questions, you can discover that as well.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Rosie's gonna go try to find a book like Ships for Dummies or something.
Yeah, and
keep
Georgie
it
will,
there.
will take you out for like an excursion around the river.
Well, we need to move the boat anyway, so
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah,
start on a little boat,
Do
like
we really
a
want to
skiff
have
or
the
something.
boat leave the docks and then redock in Bremwick once again?
No. I'm saying theory. We're gonna do theory right
okay.
now. Like
Yeah,
I want to
just
study
theory.
it.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess we will call it here then.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks,
Alright,
everybody.
thank you.
GG everyone.
thank you.
Thanks for the
I
follows.
think we're good for next week, right? Right.
Yep.
Maybe.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I think so.
There we go. We're gonna be here.
Next week, same time.
Next week.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye.
I need more scotch.
Bye.
Bye.